collection of all the
it was, we did have our fair share of
then I will go
things
work
that
together.
really like they weren't angry at us. And one a lot of times we felt like
But we see
Very rarely does anyone
but in the end, I just we always made sure
That's
that
what at ours, I think
started
like
that we just say, you know,
like they only work like 6.
there's positions
Our schedule's about
technically
I
not
take
like
swimming lessons around
Good morning. I'm Steve Meeker, Vice President for University Advancement. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 181st Commencement Ceremony at Black Hills State University. Please rise for the presentation of colors by the BHSU ROTC Color Guard. Today's ceremony is led by Dr. Amy Fuqua, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts. Joining her are participants in today's commencement ceremony and platform party guests, including President Lori Nichols and Regent Joan Wink. Also represented are members of the Black Hills State University administration. Members of the esteemed faculty from the College of Liberal Arts, led by Dr. Martin Fashbaugh, Chair for the School of Arts and Humanities and Associate Professor of English. And now it is my pleasure to present the graduates from the College of Liberal Arts, the class of 2021, led by Dr. Jane Klug, Dean of Students. Please remain standing for the national anthem under the direction of Dr. Jonathan Nero, Professor of Music. We remind all in attendance that the proper respect is to face the flag and stand at attention with your right hand over your heart. Men should remove their hat and cap. Veterans and active duty military not in uniform may also salute the flag. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Please be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the president of Black Hills State University, Dr. Lori Nichols.
Thank you, Steve. Good afternoon and welcome. It is my honor to introduce the members of the platform party. I would ask that you stand for a moment as I call your name, and please hold your applause till the end. Regent Joan Wink, who serves as our ceremonial representative for the South Dakota Board of Regents. Dr. Priscilla Romkema serves as our provost and vice president for academic affairs. Dr. Tim Steckline is professor of speech and this year's distinguished faculty member. Dr. Amy Fuqua serves as Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and also as Director of Graduate Studies. Captain Laura Arnold is Assistant Professor of Military Science. Miss April Meeker serves as our Registrar, and Mr. Steve Meeker is Vice President for University Advancement. Would you help me in welcoming our stage party? Thank you. Thank you. I would like to introduce the members of the class of 1971 who are participating in today's ceremony. And as I read your name, I would ask if you would stand and again hold your applause to the end. Muriel Peterson, Bachelor of Rapid City. Jerry Bacanic of Frederick, Colorado. James W. Bland of Knoxville, Tennessee. Larry Blody of Rapid City. Cal Corey from Sturgis. Linda Corey from Sturgis. Larry Yoakum of New Richmond, Wisconsin. Kay Nachtigall Overland of Red Owl. Dennis Raby of Rapid City. Gary Steinlich of Sturgis. And Karen Grayson Turgeon of Spearfish. Would you help me in welcoming the class of 71? And I just want to say a heartfelt thank you to each and every one of you who joined us. Welcome back to campus. We're very proud of you and we're delighted to have you as part of our ceremony today. Graduates, now is an appropriate time to recognize a group who have been partners with you in this journey. They have provided mentorship, encouragement, and possibly some prodding as you completed your coursework and your degree. So I'm going to ask if the faculty who are with us today would stand. Thank you for being with us, faculty. And graduates, would you help me in showing your appreciation to this group of faculty who have meant an awful lot to you in this journey? Thank you, faculty, for being with us. Congratulations, graduates. Your day has arrived. And I don't need to tell you that the last 3 semesters at Black Hill State have been unusual and at times challenging. None of us could have predicted a pandemic when you began your college degree, nor how much it would change your completion. But despite the many, many modifications we have had to make, you stayed the course. And for that, I both admire you and I congratulate you. Both in the past year and the years before, your effort, hard work, and perseverance have paid off. Today, you become a college graduate, where you join about 1/3 of all adults in the United States who hold a bachelor's degree or more. Your degree will open doors of opportunity that you can't even imagine today. It certainly did for me, and I am so excited for your future and all the possibilities that you will realize. Becoming a college graduate is a distinction in our society that sets you apart from others. And that distinction comes because our society values education. Evidence suggests that college graduates are not only highly employable, but they also enrich the civic and economic lives of their communities as they volunteer, provide community leadership, or make philanthropic contributions. As Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful tool which you can use to change the world. Today, with a degree in hand, your ability to make our world a better place becomes much greater. As hard as you have worked on earning this degree, you didn't get here alone. Your family has been a great source of support to you throughout these college years. And in a reciprocal fashion, your achievement has provided inspiration and hope to your family. Today, they are here to celebrate with you, and I know as you walk across the stage in a few minutes, they will be bursting with pride. They love you. You matter to them. So graduates, I'm going to ask you if you would stand now. So graduates, if you would stand. And I want you just to look around and find your family members that are here to support you. And then will you help me in giving them a huge round of applause for all the support they have provided you? Thank you, graduates and family members. Thank you so much for being here today to support these graduates that you love dearly. Thank you, graduates. You can sit down. There are two words that are commonly used on days like today. One is graduation, and the other is commencement. Graduation signifies the end, the finish line. It celebrates the fact that you have successfully completed this phase of your education and brings closure to this chapter of your life. Graduation says, woohoo, you're done. Commencement, on the other hand, signifies the starting gate, the beginning of a new life. It says you are transitioning from the past to the future. Commencement celebrates that the best part of your life is ahead of you. Both terms are appropriate today, and actually both are very meaningful. But today I choose to leave you with my congratulations on your commencement, on your beginning. Your future is so bright. You have ability and passion and a commitment to make a difference. And as Yellow Jackets, graduates of this great university, I know that wherever you go, you will carry your alma mater with you and represent us very well. So congratulations, graduates, on commencement, on all the bright and beautiful possibilities in store for you. At this time, I am going to ask Priscilla Romkema to present a faculty member who is retiring. Provost Romkema.
As a part of today's ceremony, it is fitting that we recognize a faculty member who is retiring. Black Hills State University wishes to express sincere appreciation for his years of dedicated and distinguished service to the students, to the university, the community, and to the profession. Dr. Tim Stecklein, will you please join President Nichols on the front level? In his 29 years of service, Professor Stecklein taught numerous courses in cinema, media, philosophy, and communication studies. He is well respected as an innovative and thoughtful professor, encouraging his students to think for themselves and to pay attention to the world around them. He earned a BA degree in speech and English at the University of Northern Colorado and an MA and a PhD in rhetorical studies at the University of Iowa. Henceforth, Dr. Stecklein will carry the title of Professor Emeritus in the College of Liberal Arts. I will ask Dr. Stecklein to remain as we recognize him for another honor. Dr. Stecklein has been selected by his peers as the 2021 Distinguished Faculty Member. This is the highest faculty honor awarded at BHSU. His record of scholarly achievement included conference presentations and published articles. Dr. Stecklein has served as President of Faculty Senate, Treasurer and President of COHE, and participates on the Library and Education Resources Committee with the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. He has consistently presented at the Western Literature Association Conference for 20 years. Today, we congratulate Dr. Stecklein and express our appreciation for his example of excellence in education.
I am pleased to introduce the Chamber Singers under the direction of Dr. Jonathan Nero.
When the clock strikes 12 and another year is gone, I give a kiss to you as remembrance of the past we have shared and a future yet
Thank you so much, Dr. Nero and members of the choir. Beautifully done. BHSU has a long history of supporting our military. Before continuing with our program, we would like to recognize all veterans, service members, and their spouses for their service to our nation. So I'm going to ask if all of our veterans, active military, and spouses would stand so we can thank you. Thank you so much for your service to our country and your support of our service members. At this time, I would like to ask Captain Laura Arnold to come forward for the conferring of commissions.
Today, I have the honor and the pleasure to give Cadet Dylan Reiners his oath of office. Before I do, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge what it took to get him here. An ROTC cadet has the same academic requirements as anyone else in the field of study, with the addition of a rigorous military science curriculum and Army training schedule. Dylan participated in hundreds of Army training events, from basic rifle marksmanship to Operation Agile Leader this summer, where he graduated at the top of his class. Unique to anyone in the program, Dylan also started a family while in ROTC. His wife, Carol, and baby boy, Charles, have played an integral part in his success. Thank you both for your support and your patience. It has brought us so much joy to have you a part of our family as well. Following graduation and commissioning, Dylan will continue his Army education at the Army Logistics University in Fort Lee, Virginia, where he would become qualified as a quartermaster officer. Dylan has proven himself as a father, as a husband, as a scholar, as an athlete, as a cadet, and he will undoubtedly prove himself as a second lieutenant in the Kansas Army National Guard. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to give Dylan the oath of the commissioned officer. Are you ready, Dylan? All right, about face. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Dylan Reiners,
Do solemnly swear to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without mental reservation or purpose of evasion, that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Everyone, please give a round of applause to Second Lieutenant Dylan Reiners.
Thank you, Captain Arnold. We are privileged, it is my pleasure to ask Dr. Tim Steckline to come forward and deliver the charge to graduates. Dr. Steckline.
Thank you, Dr. Nichols, and thank all of you for being here today, and especially the class of 2021. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of this earth. Those are the words of the Yankee first baseman Lou Gehrig, the Iron Horse, in July of 1939. He was about to retire unexpectedly. He was suffering from ALS, which was later named Lou Gehrig disease after him. He died not long after he gave the speech. And I thought for a while of having the AV people make this echo for me so it would sound like the Lou Gehrig speech, so that it would echo like Yankee Stadium did, but I suspect most of you wouldn't get it, since most of you haven't seen the Lou Gehrig speech. You probably haven't lived that long. So I'll stop where I'm ahead. But to paraphrase Lou Gehrig, he said, "I've been on this campus for 29 years, and I've never received anything but kindness and encouragement from my colleagues, from the staff and support folks, and from my students." And I mean that. I've been allowed to profess what I practice and practice what I profess while I've been here. As he went on to say, it's been the highlight of my career to associate with all of you every day. Well, unlike Lou Gehrig, I'm not dying of ALS, I'm just retiring. But like Lou Gehrig, I'm lucky enough to say farewell and to offer an invitation to commence to a new phase. As you may know, for a legitimate commencement address, I'm expected to quote at least 3 eminent persons and to offer at least 3 pieces of sage advice, also known as sappy exudations. But instead, I'm going to foist on you at least 4 pieces of sage advice and a gazillion or so quotations from several ginormous fatheads whose names you should recognize. That's the sign you've gotten a liberal arts education. So whenever you hear a name you recognize, you should indicate by nodding sagely, like it's, oh yeah, I knew that. And don't worry, I'll keep it under 30 minutes. Of course, the simplest advice I've ever heard for a graduate, I don't know if I followed it, but I still like it, is to, after you graduate, go find a tree and climb a tree and take your shoes off and learn how to play the flute. But I'm terrible at climbing trees, and my friends tell me I'm not at all musical, so I'm not even going to suggest something I can't pull off. But I do have some advice. So to get down to my first sappy piece of sage advice, let me carefully suggest that you should be careful what you wish for. By all means, you should do what you want. It's the only thing you'll really want to do after all. But the real catch here is knowing what you really want. How many of us actually know what we want? That's harder to do than you realize. And even if you should get what you want someday, who's to say that that was what the good thing for you was? In fact, some of you may even now be thinking, oh, I can't wait to get out of school. I can't wait to get out into the world. In my experience, once you've been out in the world a while, you'll wish you could have gotten back in school. It's a nice place to hide away from the world, actually. But I won't hold that against you. And I also think it's risky wishing for things anyhow. If you're wishing too much for things, there's a good chance you'll miss out on all the unexpected new turns in your life. You'll be looking for the thing you're wishing for, and you'll miss the thing that confronted you. And so over half of the favorite things in my life, I don't know about you guys, but well over half of them didn't even occur to me when I was in my 20s or when I graduated. I didn't discover a lot of them until my late 30s, and I wouldn't give up any of those things now. So I couldn't have wished for them. They happened anyway. That's why the line goes, when the gods wish to punish us, they answer our prayers. I bet you thought that was said by Jerry Falwell Jr., but no, it was actually said by that disreputable praying ne'er-do-well Oscar Wilde. But here's my second goblet of wisdom. We are all living, I would suggest, right now in an ongoing and unprecedented experiment. We're living in a state of not inattention, but rather a state of what the psychologists call continuous partial attention. Ads, pixels, soundtracks, voiceovers, retweets, earbuds, screens, colored charts, earworms, likes, texts, and more screens. The multitasking that we used to resort to in emergencies has now become a fact of everyday life. So it's really important that we remember my second piece of advice today, which is pay attention. Things are going on all the time, all around you. Boredom is a byproduct, of partial attention. If you pay attention, you won't be bored. So don't let boredom or busyness waste the hours of your precious lifetime. Big chunks of your life might look like filler, or like time just passing, or like packing peanuts, or like white noise. But don't be fooled, it's not filler, it's the setup for a joke. So pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you'll miss all the setup lines that life gives you. And then when life gets to the punchlines, you won't get the jokes. And your life will be shorted at least one more laugh. So pay attention, or as that literary snob Henry James said, try to be one of those people on whom nothing is wasted. My third slice of advice came to me through current events, and I just can't get it out of my head. The courageous Russian activist and opposition leader, Alexei Navalny, has been organizing dissidents for many, many years in Russia. But last year, in a supreme act of courage, or maybe foolhardiness, after having recovered from being poisoned with a nerve agent on a plane and then surviving it in Germany, he returned to Russia to continue to lead the opposition. He was arrested right off the plane, and he's disappeared now into the dark corners of the Russian prison complex. Who knows where Alexei Navalny is today? But on January 18th, when he was allowed to make a courtroom appearance, Navalny made this brief public statement. He said, "Don't be afraid to take to the streets. Don't go out for me, go out for yourself and for your future." Oh, I love that first phrase. Don't be afraid. Notice what Navalny said, knowing that what he was about to descend into in the Russian prison system, and knowing what the Russian people are up against even now. And what did he say? He said, don't be afraid. He didn't say, there's nothing to be afraid of, because by God there is. There's a lot to be afraid of. But being afraid doesn't do us any good in what we are about to do. In fact, I bet some of you have had occasion to entertain fears or worries about the uncertainties of the future you're facing as you graduate. Or maybe someone put a bug in your ear about it. That's okay. Recognize those fears for what they are, but don't be afraid. We need to be energized and not paralyzed. And fourth, and finally, my fourth little nano chip of advice. This one's easy. It's really simple. It's obvious. It's so obvious I'm not going to spend as much time explaining it. And it's this, but someone should tell you this when you graduate. Please, don't get a facial tattoo. I will append an asterisk, unless you've got a successful career ahead in rock and roll or hip hop or the NBA or as a hand model. But unless you're in one of those careers, don't do it. Getting a facial tattoo is like being 8 months pregnant. You're committed. And even my friends over in Sturgis, who are lifelong tattoo artists, tell me that when they meet someone who wants a facial tattoo, they make them wait a week, they sit down and talk to them, and they encourage them not to do it. So it may be a simple piece of advice, but it's probably the easiest little peanuts of advice I can offer to remember is that last one. Well, that's all I got for you, probably more than you asked for. But don't forget, be careful what you wish for, pay attention, don't be afraid, and for God's sake, don't get a facial tattoo. I hope I didn't keep you too long, and thanks to all of you, families, graduates, faculty, and everyone else for coming together to share this day. I want to say in the faithful words of the momentous John Lennon, I think that's 5 or 6 quotations now. I'd like to say, John Lennon said, I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we've passed the audition. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Stecklein. We're privileged to have Regent Joan Wink, who will bring you greetings from the South Dakota Board of Regents.
Thank you, President Nichols. I'm happy to greet you graduates on behalf of the Board of Regents. Whenever I give a graduation speech, I always begin with congratulations, graduates. However, in this case, I want to begin by saying to you, thank you, and thank you for playing by those annoying rules this year, which allowed us to keep BH open all year. I actually think the best kept secret in South Dakota this year is that all 6 of our public universities were able to stay open while universities across the nation were going online for their classes. And it's because of you and President Nichols and team, and I admire that. Thank you. Okay, now I can say, graduates, congratulations to the graduates of 2021. Here is what we know about you already. When life tosses you a curve, you can handle it. You can adapt when confronted with real change. There has never been a class who experienced a pandemic, quarantine, social and political upheaval, social isolation, wearing masks, and standing 6 feet away from all your family and friends. You went from traditional classrooms face-to-face to online learning in a week or two. And faculty, thank you for being able to make that rapid change. Unbelievable how you did it so quickly. Graduating seniors, you now are experts on Zoom, and I suspect none of us had heard of it a year ago. Now, I've been thinking about what the future is going to name you as a collective group, and we hear about these generations. So let's start with the greatest generation, which Tom Brokaw named World War II, another South Dakota grad. Then later came a very small slice of people, and they kind of forget we existed because I was a part of that group, I know, and they're known as the silent generation. We all immediately got out. There were jobs, imagine. We took jobs. We had mortgages early. We were the last group to use real cloth diapers on our babies. We knew about Pampers, but no, we would never do that. Then we were quickly pushed aside, the silent group, by the baby boomers. And I remember looking back at the baby boomers and thinking, who are those people? They're only 2-3 years younger than we are, but they were fun. Really, and they were cool. They had Woodstock while we were paying our mortgages. And I remember clearly that the young moms started using Pampers. The interesting part to me is the boomers, who I thought were so cool and fun, and you're a huge group, ended up being workaholics, and I think that's how you'll be remembered. Thank you. Now, the boomers are got pushed out by Gen Xers, and since we have 2 Gen X kids, we're into all of this, so I kind of know about it. And they, if you read the literature, they're resourceful, they're interconnected, they're independent, and they are the MTV crowd. They're the ones who watch that. They are said to have a good balance between family and work. The Gen Xers got pushed out by the millennials. A lot of you sitting here are millennials, I think, and the world knows you as socially responsible, good human connections and good digital connections. You're the avocado toast people. And young women, one of the ways we know you is because you always part your hair in the side. And you love skinny jeans. But the millennials are kind of moving out, and there's another small slice of people. I have a grandson in this group, so I know about this group. They call themselves zillennials with a Z, zillennials. I kind of doubt that word's going to last. It might. But they're that gang of people who love the musical Hamilton. And they started taking internships, paid or unpaid. The zillennials are replaced now by Gen Zers. I have a granddaughter who's a Gen Zer, classic. Digital natives, interconnected. Gen Zers are very ambitious. They want a job. They want to get to work. They're a bit revolutionary compared to some of us. They play Fortnite, and they don't like skinny jeans. They like those high-rise jeans, and they let their hair part in the middle. So graduates, I've been thinking, what is the future going to call you? We know you are resilient, you are socially responsible, you are very good at accepting differences, you're connected throughout the world, you can access new learning with your phone, you can find any answer to any question, and you're not just literate, but you're digitally literate. And I know our dear BH has done everything in their power to prepare you for the future. And I don't think the greater public has found a name for you yet. But to me, you will always be the COVID kids. And as we go forward, COVID kids, you will be watched and studied, and articles will be written about you. You will learn a lot, but you're going to teach us way more. There is no one like you, and you will write your very own story for all of us. Families, a special shout out to you. Thank you for all you've done to get these young people here today to graduate. And your babies are going to leave you, and we know you hate it. And we know you love it. But what I learned is don't toss out that old couch yet, because they're going to be on it again soon. And they're going to bring their pets and leave them for you. Let me name the pets. So COVID kids, I promise you as you go forward, change, change, and more change. Faster than we can imagine. My grampy, who lived here right in Spearfish, lived from the days of the horse and buggy to seeing a man land on the moon, which amazed me. That's a lot of change. But COVID kids, you will have more. Those who will thrive in the future are those who can adapt to change. I wish for each of you a bright and shiny highway, even though I promise you there will be potholes. And we of my generation have carelessly left some messes for you to fix up. And I have every confidence that you can do this. I wish you the very best. And if I've learned one thing in life, it's that human connections are at the heart of all we do. And one last bit of advice, which is even more important, Dr. Tim, than yours. Please remember, COVID kids, that tomorrow is Mother's Day. And on behalf of the Board of Regents, by the authority vested in me by the Constitution of the State of South Dakota, I hereby delegate to President Lori Nichols the right to confer the diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining, contingent upon the completion of all requirements. My very best to you, graduates.
Thank you so much, Regent Wink. Graduates, we're at the moment for which you have been preparing for the last several years. A photographer from Life Touch Special Events will be taking pictures today, and they'll be available for purchase the week following this ceremony. The website is on the inside cover of your commencement program. I'm going to say, graduates, that you can make your own decision if you'd like to keep your mask on or take it off when you come up to the stage. We'd like you to come up and receive your diploma, have your photo taken. You decide if you'd like to mask or not. Family and friends of the graduates, as a courtesy to the students who are graduating as well as the people sitting around you, please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. It is my pleasure to present Dr. Amy Fuqua, Dean of the College of Liberal Arts.
Graduates, please stand. President Nichols, I have the honor to present the class of 2021. On behalf of the faculty, I present them to you as fully qualified to receive their diplomas.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the South Dakota Board of Regents and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer upon you the associate's and bachelor's degrees with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated.
The first group of students who will be asked to come forward are graduating from the University Honors Program. They will receive a medallion symbolizing their distinction as university scholars. Will the Honors Program graduates please rise and come forward? Hope Carol Christofferson. Catherine Victoria Kemp, Summa Cum Laude, Research Scholar. I wish to mention that our first one was also Summa Cum Laude, Research Scholar. Her parents will want me to have said that. Johanna Marie Mitchell, Magna Cum Laude, University Scholar. Emily Sue Warren, Summa Cum Laude, University Scholar. Will the first row of bachelor's degree candidates rise and come forward to receive your diplomas? Dustin Riley Fox. Alexis Marie Huff, Magna Cum Laude. Mallory Kate Hoffman, Magna Cum Laude. Gwendolyn Helena Hoops, Cum Laude. Rylan Christine Olson, Summa Cum Laude. Peyton Renee Adams, Magna Cum Laude. Chloe Lee Hoyer Anderson, Summa Cum Laude. Christina Rose Anderson. Jack James Avila, cum laude. Abigail Kale Baker, summa cum laude. Zoe Odessa Baldwin. Haley Mercedes Bentz, cum laude. Sydney Jean Berger, magna cum laude. Cheyenne Michelle Borberly. Dakota Killian Brown, cum laude. Cora Olivia Carroll. Andrew Brady Kazir. Vanessa J. Clark, summa cum laude. Cody Remington Klein, magna cum laude. Madison M. Culberson. Maxwell Jerome Doman, magna cum laude. Thomas Christopher Donovan, summa cum laude. Katie Jo Dufloth, summa cum laude. Benjamin Allen Finch, magna cum laude. Juliette Marie Gehring, cum laude. Carol Michael Melvin Haynes. Morgan Ray Ham. Catherine Rose Hastings, magna cum laude. Taylor Sophia Henwood. Caleb James Justin, magna cum laude. Kaylee Janice Kalmbach. Levi Thomas Kessler. Adrian Sage Klein, magna cum laude. Ivy Yvane Kolbeck, magna cum laude. Christopher R. Melhoff. Carrie R. McDaniel. Adam Robert Miller. Kyle Anthony Nellis. Frank Janice Nightpipe. Samantha Ann O'Neill, cum laude. Lexis Lynn Angeline Oresco. Benjamin Nathaniel Parks. Nura Katrina Partama, magna cum laude. Lauren Elizabeth Pierce. Tavia M. Podravsky, magna cum laude. Nicholas Emil Pope, cum laude. Christina June Post. Cheyenne Sierra Christian Rieger. Carol Marie Reiners. Dylan Patrick Reiners. Samantha Jan Elizabeth Ryder. Ayla Maria Rodriguez. Anna Christina Skog. Audra Marie Tesh. UNTN Tracy. Isaiah Emmanuel Tevis. Mariah Ann Trillinger. Dylan Deidre Wasserberger, sorry. Trey Jamil Whitley. Therese Susanna Willamay. Jacob Dale Ziegler. Olivia Asia Jacqueline Derrick. Levi Timothy Househild. Okay.
Thank you, Dean Fuqua. Academic traditions such as the symbolism of the tassel are steeped in history. Moving the tassel to the left after graduating is symbolic of moving from college to another stage in your life. It is my privilege, graduates, to ask if you have not already done so, please move your tassel from right to left to signify you are now a college graduate. Congratulations. Here to bring you greetings from the Alumni Association is Mr. Steve Meeker, Vice President of University Advancement.
Thank you, President Nichols. College of Liberal Arts, Class of 21, congratulations and welcome to the BHSU Alumni Association. Your families are extremely proud of you today. You can imagine the relief that they are experiencing. I want you to take this advice. You won't have another day that's better than this one to hit your parents up for more cash. they'll say, how much do you need? And let's drive through the drive-through ATM. So hit them up for cash today. Take my word for that one. A special welcome to the class of 71 right here. 50 years. Can you believe it? Alumni greetings at the end of graduations were invented largely in belief that college graduates should not go out into the world before they're sedated. I'm just kidding. I'll only take an hour up here. Graduates, you did it. Everyone can see the success, but not everyone knows the passion and hard work it took for you to achieve your degree. Some of you challenged yourself in the campus honors program and the first year experience programs. Many of you graduating with honors, and I applaud you. Some of you are not graduating with honors. You're graduating just like I did back in 1984. You're just honored to graduate. That's all right. To all of you, may this only be the beginning of your success and glory. We now begin to call on you as alumni. You are joining a community of 24,000 alumni all around the world. Consider giving your time, talent, and treasures to others. I encourage you to stay connected in a couple of ways. Consider giving $10 or $20 or whatever amount you choose to BHSU every year. Not because this amount makes a big difference in you or BHSU, but because your participation does matter. It shows others that you believe in the mission of Black Hills State University. Better yet, I encourage you to participate in a BHSU alumni event, whether it be a reunion on campus or a gathering in a city near you. You'll probably meet someone at the gathering you can network with, and at the very least, you'll find an old person like me that might buy you a drink and offset the $10 I just hit you up for. In closing, these are interesting times we're in. I encourage you not to fall into the trap of the government making it more profitable to sit at home rather than go to work. You'll find a lot more success and satisfaction by digging in and getting after it. You need to trust me on that one. There's no substitution, and there never will be, for hard work. But also remember to take time to enjoy life. I offer you my personal congratulations, my respect, and best wishes for a great future. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. The chamber singers will conclude today's ceremony with the singing of our alma mater. The recessional will follow immediately after. Please remain in the bleachers until the graduates have exited. We appreciate your wearing masks and social distancing as you leave the building. Now I would ask if you would stand for our alma mater. Thank you. Graduates, congratulations one last time. We're so very, very proud of you. We hope that you have a wonderful day as you continue to celebrate with your family. Would you help me in congratulating the graduates one more time? Graduates, faculty, and platform party, we're ready to procession.